Good evening, everyone. I am getting ready to make cranberry salsa. I just got the recipe from allrecipes.com. It's a pretty common recipe. It's just trending on social media right now. I've seen it called cranberry dip or cranberry crack. I like the term cranberry salsa better. And so it's 1 bag of cranberries. We're going to wash them, of course. The juice of 2 limes, a jalapeno de-seeded. We don't want the seeds because we don't want it too hot. A bunch of cilantro and a bunch of green onions. We're going to put it in the food processor, add a pinch of salt and 3/4 cup sugar. This is one of the things that you need to make it like hours before you actually plan on eating it, because once we get everything pureed, we're going to put it pureed. I guess we're not really pureeing it. We're just chopping it. We're going to put it in the fridge for a couple hours because cranberries have a lot of liquid in it. It's going to form liquid, and then we're going to want to drain it before we put it on our cream cheese. When you rinse your cranberries, just run your hands through them. You want them to be firm. Like, look, this is soft. That's bad. This is how much waste. Every bag of cranberries I've opened this year, there's been like a 1/2 cup of waste, which is very disappointing to me. I don't remember it being like this last year. But yeah, you don't want soft cranberries. You want them nice and firm. I just felt like here we go. See that? Squishy? No, that's bad. All right. Maybe I should have had Robert buy me the bigger food processor. So I did add 2 jalapenos. I was only going to do 1, but they didn't seem very hot. And so now this is the juice of 2 lemons, and also the whole cilantro. I did not add that whole bunch. I thought that bunch was like really big, so I only added a 1/2 bunch of the cilantro. I might add the rest after I pulse this one, because it'll compress once I pulse it. I added the rest of the cilantro because, let's be honest, what else am I going to use it for? So now I'm just pulsing it. All right, here we go. Lesson learned. Do not overstuff your food processor. Is this finely ground? Yes, I've seen it more chunky in other people's recipes, but this one definitely looks like a salsa. Definitely, look at that. This is definitely a salsa. My bad. But it should still taste the same. There's nothing wrong, I'm assuming, with this. It's just finely chopped, and this is why I don't have a food processor, because I don't know how to use it properly. So we're going to refrigerate this for a couple hours because you see it's very liquidy, and I want to drain some of the liquid before putting it on top of cream cheese. All right, it definitely looks like salsa. Danny, I don't think you would like this. I don't think you would. Quick taste test before I put it in the fridge. Oh, that's interesting. I'm getting the spice from the jalapeno. Oh no, I definitely think it needs cream cheese. It's interesting. All I can say is we'll wait and see, because it's supposed to be in the fridge for a couple hours to all, like, you know, percolate, melt, mesh together. Like I said, mine is definitely finely chopped because I don't know how to use a food processor. And I have seen recipes where the cranberries are more chunky. My bad. This is a block of cream cheese for the cranberry salsa dip. Some people just leave the block as is and dump the salsa on top. I'm not gonna do that. Let it sit out for a couple hours so it's room temperature. I'm gonna spread it into an even layer on the bottom of this 8-inch pie pan. A lot of recipes called for whipped cream cheese. You can. Whipped cream cheese is way more expensive than regular blocked cream cheese. And again, if you have the cream cheese at room temperature, it's not that much different than whipped cream cheese. If you've watched me long enough, you know I'm all about saving money. I loved whipped cream cheese, don't get me wrong, but it was like 3 times the price of a block of cream cheese. And I don't know if it's just because it's the holidays, so they raise prices on popular items. I don't know. I went with my cheap blocked cream cheese. Here is the cranberry salsa after a couple hours. It's a little liquidy. I don't think I'm gonna use all of it for this dish. But before I scoop it onto the cream cheese, I am gonna just run it through this, drain a little juice out with this. So I'm just pushing it through this little sieve just because you can see there's a lot of liquid in it. And then I'm gonna put it on this cream cheese. I don't just spread a thin layer. See, very liquidy. It's just 1 bag of cranberries. It made a lot more dip than I was thinking. You get the idea. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the pan. Here is the tray of dip. And then here's the juice that I drained out. And then here is the dip that I didn't use. I'm gonna refrigerate that. I'm just gonna throw the juice away. And then if I was taking this to a party, first off, I wouldn't have pulsed it so fine. And 2, I would like decorate it by putting a couple candied cranberries in the middle or a couple around the edge just to make it a little more prettier. But for just me and my husband, this is fine. We're taste testing the cranberry dip. You can just use whatever cracker you want. Use little bread if you want. We got Ritz crackers. Okay, it's too late. Robert's looking at me like, what the heck?
No, it's sparkly. Did you put sparkly on it?
I did not put sparkly in it.
Right.
I did. I'm not very good at the food processor, and it is definitely
Overprocessed?
overprocessed.
That's fine. Did you learn anything?
But I watched a couple TikToks after this, and a couple people do have it thin like this.
Yeah.
Because they're calling it salsa, but I would have preferred to make it more chunky.
That's okay.
I'm just spreading it on a Ritz cracker. Like, it's soft enough that you could probably dip with your chip, but cheese spreaders come in handy.
Just don't double dip. Is there jalapeno in this?
It's jalapeno. Too much jalapeno?
Mm-mm.
I like it.
Me too.
Isn't that intriguing?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do wish I would have made it chunkier to get a little more bite.
I was thinking it was just going to be cream cheese, and I'm like, hey, I like that flavor, the additional flavor.
It is pretty when you spread it. It would be good like on a bagel.